Actress Yvonne Jegede says making male friends who never try to sleep with you is a blessing. Essentially saying that it's not easy for females to have male friends that want to remain friends without any extra things attached. Do you agree with that? Do you disagree?
Well, of course, she said it was a blessing. Well, that's actually true. When you have people you actually depend on for certain things and you don't think anything should come into play for anything to happen. I think what she's trying to say is you have people who can be there for you but not looking to have anything extra aside from that friendship you share.
But it is kind of hard in a way to find a guy that wants to be friends with you and nothing more.
I have females that
I'm not saying there are not many. I'm just saying it's hard to find, like out of like 10 guys that want to be friends with you, probably just one or two have true intentions
to be friends.
Yes, to be friends that you can actually stick to. I have a friend that he's my guy since like how many years now? We've known each other for like over 10 years. I can sleep comfortably in his house, but I can't say the same for every guy that I know. Absolutely. So, and it's not to accuse them of having negative thoughts. Yeah. It's just something I'm not interested in, but something that they are interested in. And so that kind of reduces the amount of or the level of our friendship.
And worse off when especially the friend you're looking at also is your spec and your kind of woman.
It's hard.
Really hard.
That's what I'm saying. So,
difficult.
All right. So, do you agree with that? Do you disagree? And that's not the only thing we're talking about as well. Nigerian singer Brymo is of the opinion that the secret to building a nation is by raising thinking women. The singer, who's already father to a 5-year-old son, also stated his interest in fathering a girl. So, what do you think? Do you agree with his opinion or not?
That's his opinion.
So, do you agree with it?
I don't know where he got this one from. But I'm not ready to go into battle with Brymo right now. Seriously, I'm tired of that guy.
But he has a point. He has a point because it's these women that will give birth to children. They say, it's the women that give birth to a nation. So if we don't have right-thinking women, who's going to train the child? Who's going to raise right-thinking children?
Why are you exempting the men? The men should not be out of the equation.
They shouldn't be out of it.
We need to have right-thinking men as well.
But sometimes when it comes to thinking, when it comes to making decisions, a lot of times we see some women, maybe because of our culture, defer to the men like, oh, I don't need to worry about this. My guy will take care of it. I don't need to worry about, my how I'm going to feed this month. My guy will take care of it. A lot of times women do leave these things to men and they now fall back on nothing at the end of the day, especially if the marriage doesn't work out or if the relationship falls apart or something happens and both of you are no longer together, and then the woman is left fending for herself, having to now build herself up. So I do agree in a way that we need more women that would step up and say, look, I'm making this decision. And we also need men to allow women step up and assume roles like that within the family.
But even then, we understand that even the women, a lot of women these days too, when you look at the way they are, the way they tilt their knowledge and their psyche, it can be really difficult to come up with an analogy like this to think it's going to settle down. A lot of women right now, a lot of them are not even in the right thinking frame right now. I'm telling you, go on social media, you see everything happening on there. You buy this, you want to flash it off, you want to show it off, you want to make your other sister feel bad. There's too much toxic stuff going on. So when you bring this up, you're looking at a very, it's very debatable, I'm telling you. To find people who would want to say, let's even take up this mantra to push this, you find a very few of them. Few of them can have the nerve to push this kind of mandate. A lot of women out there, they are too into this glamour of a thing.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I do agree with Brymo, and I also think, as I said, men should also allow for stuff like that to happen. A lot of men are actually okay with their women just sitting down home and doing nothing. It's not a crime. But sometimes it could have a negative impact because what if you're not there? What if the money is not flowing as it used to flow? What then happens to the family? So it's something that I'm sure people want to talk about as well. Alex Sokubo, he's been confirmed with the title of Ikuku of Amumara Town in Imo State. Okay, Ikuku. Well, he shared the news online writing, please, moving forward, when you see me, address me as a chief. It's official. Ikuku. Ikuku. It's not a nickname. Igwamaka. All right. Sylvester Stallone's mother, famed astrologer Jackie Stallone, has passed away in her sleep at the age of 98.
She don't try.
I mean,
Yes.
I like that's
Fantastic.
what I want. I'm sorry, I know it sounds morbid to be talking about death, but if I get to that point, I'm 100 years old, I'm 98, I don't want any sickness. I don't even want any. Just let me sleep and be going.
Exactly. Now, talking about the Alex Sokubo's chieftaincy, I saw some comments saying that they have actually watered down the chieftaincy title in the East and the Igbo land.
That anybody gets
it. Now, back then, if you're not married, you are not even entitled to be called a chief or something. But now they seem to have watered it down. So I think the lady was not just pleased. She was like, no, this is not something we should celebrate. They have messed up this whole title thing, and it has become an all-comers affair. It used to be a very, very revered,
Is it that title or just Red Cap Chief in general?
Red Cap Chief in general.
Okay.
You have to be somehow married before you get it. That's the prestige that comes with it.
Well, back then, it was considered an achievement getting married. In fact, the more wives that you can handle, the more manly you seem. But masculinity has been redefined. It's no longer whether you're married. It's no longer whether you have 10 wives. It's a different ball game now. It's been redefined. So I think in line with the new reality on ground, I don't think
reality doesn't
you can
mean
always fall with that same standard. The standards are forever changing.
New reality should not abuse tradition.
So he must get married before he gets anything.
I'm not saying that.
So the other men that are married and they're successful, they're a failure.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. New realities should not take out tradition from the equation.
It's still a tradition. They're not giving it to anybody. They're not giving it.
I think I would love the Waiting Day family to take it up on their show and let's hear what reactions will come out from.
But as always, tradition, people would think, but it's always static. The thing that happened in 16th century was not the same thing that happened in the 3rd century. But people don't realize that. They just feel, in our time, before your time, there was another time, and there will be another time after yours. So I think people need to get used to that. And rapper Lil Wayne has been surprised with a car gift ahead of his 38th birthday by the president of Young Money Entertainment, Mac Main, a brand new 2020 McLaren 720S. I'm still talking about money.
I saw that video.
Yeah, he was impressed.
I said, this is black love. I love it.
I hope he's not alone.
And Lil Wayne was
when he's coming from,
was shocked.
When he's coming from a label executive, I'll always be suspicious with this thing because you might get that gift tomorrow and in the next few weeks they come to collect it.
I think Lil Wayne to me is one of the when it comes to celebrating icons, he's one of the most underrated somehow.
Yeah, of course. And I think it has to do with his I think it has to do with his persona.
Yeah,
he's not outgoing as social as the rest of the rappers. And when it comes to his own how do I say it, his habits, it doesn't really make him that child friendly. All the rappers are get blown like that. Drake, they are usually a bit family friendly. Jay-Z,
he's just in his
but
in
this
his
guy
own planet. And he's so intelligent.
I know, right?